This week's show brought to you by Moses Incorporated, complete outdoor power equipment solutions. Welcome everybody to the Scott County Cardinals News Graphic Lady Cardinals Basketball Coaches Show. We got a lot to talk about and we got a short amount of time to do it, so let's get right to the information from last week's games. It was a tough stretch for the Lady Cards. They played home against Henry Clay. Big night for the program, big night for Coach Steve Helton, as it ended up being his 400th career victory. Relatively impressive and easy win over the Lady Blue Devils for the Lady Cardinals. As a good scoring balance, 50 points in the first half, really put it out of reach early. And that was a big win after the Toyota Classic to kind of get back on in a regular frame of mind. They had come off a win at the end of the Toyota Classic, but they'd also suffered their first loss during that tournament. So good to get back in the district, back in the region, get a victory. Moved on to the next night, played Grant County, a team that came in a little confident. His fans were a little rambunctious, thinking we've got a chance to maybe upset the apple cart here and pull off the stunner of the season in Kentucky girls high school basketball. You see me shaking my head no, because that's not what happened at all. Right out of the gate, Scott County dominated that one, won 91-51. It's been not much of a border battle in recent years, as SC has owned that annual game with Grant County. That moved them to 21-1 on the season at that point, was Scott County, and they had a couple days off to get ready for a long trip, and I mean long trip, to Clay County. I say that because I went down there with them to see the battle at Bobby Keith Gymnasium on a Saturday afternoon. A little bit of a tough situation, making that long road trip in the morning. A place they had never won. I'm setting this up in a lot of ways here. You're expecting the worst. Scott County did win that game, 57-47. Interesting final score. If you know anything about this team, you know they're averaging in the low to mid 80s. That is their lowest point total in a victory in 8 years, or more than 7 years, I should say. December of 2011 was the last time SC scored fewer than 59 points and won a game. Clay County controlled the tempo, did what they had to do. Now, Lady Cards jumped out 13-0, which is almost the exact opposite of what Coach Helton suspected might happen. He was kind of joking before that game, saying, well, they kind of insinuating the officials would be worth 14 points. Well, a 13-0 lead on the front end for SC, and then it was an even game after that as the Lady Tigers controlled the pace, controlled the tempo, took mostly three-pointers. They only took 14 shots inside the arc the entire game, made 10 threes, kept that game close. It was a three-point game going into the fourth quarter. A lot of foul trouble for the Lady Cards, but they pulled away with 11 straight points and got the W. Morgan DeFore led the way with 15. Big day for Kennedy Tompkins on the rebound, in the rebound front, 16 on the boards there. Malaya Williams had a great game inside as well, and Juliet Smith was the only starter not in foul trouble. She kind of steadied the ship, so to speak, and kept things moving forward. So, big 3-0 week for the Lady Cards, and they move on to district play once again. Mentioned the Henry Clay win. Now they're going on they're in the midst of a 3-year winning streak in the district. It's been a long time since anybody's challenged SC. Don't expect them to face too much of a test this week, even though it's on the road in Lexington in both cases. Frederick Douglass on Tuesday night, and then Bryan Station on Thursday. They handled both those games with ease the first time around. You may remember Lady Cards topped 100 points against Douglass when they played back in December. So not much of a challenge expected here if they can get through those two games. Only Sayre would be left, and honestly, Sayre's probably at the bottom of the district this year. So it looks like an undefeated district season and a top seed going in the playoffs, and we are down to the final 2 weeks of the regular season. So 22-1, 6 more games. Lady Cards looking to do great things going here into the postseason, district and region play ahead. We'll see where it all leads. Hope to see you next week. Thanks for joining us.